Hello and welcome to RNB Fusion podcast. Now, if you like your podcast with a bit of fruity language and some adult themes, then look no further. This is the podcast for you. However, if you don't, then you might want to go and look on like BBC Radio 4 or CBeebies or something along those lines. You didn't have a farm, Ben?
Paul was an alien. There you go. Done.
It's an egg.
Is it an egg? Hashtag legend.
Because Jif is that cleaner or the polisher, whatever it is. Oh dear! Let's cause divide in the world, Ben.
Go back in time and get a load of Bitcoin.
I was a rebel, man. You know, the system couldn't hold me down. Hello and welcome back to episode 4 of RNB Fusion with me, your co-host, Ross, and my other co-host,
Benny boy.
Yes! How are we, Ben? I'm very excited. I'm pumped. I'm hyped for this podcast.
Yes, I've been looking forward to this podcast here. We've got a lot of different things to talk about on this episode.
I know, but the fact that, as we were kind of talking before we started recording, the fact we've just seen that we've hit 60 plays all together, like as both episodes, I think that's nuts. Bearing in mind we've only had 3 episodes out and we've hit 60 so far.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I mean, the fact, like you said to me, I kind of set a goal of 100 and we've hit 60 now. We're like the NHS vaccine. We're projecting. We're going higher. We're gonna hit that roof. We're gonna be like, by the time the vaccination, we're allowed to meet up. We'll be in the same room doing the podcast together instead of over the internet.
Well, yeah, we'll wait and see.
I know. I just think it's crazy. But like you said, we've got a cracking topic this week. We're talking all about food. But before we get into that topic, Ben, I had a listener message me.
Oh, right? Did you?
Yeah. So for those who don't know, we actually have a Facebook page, which is RNB Fusion. You can also follow us on Instagram on RNB Fusion. And we also have an email, which, Ben, you know the email because I've forgot it. And Ben's forgot it as well.
Yeah, just one sec. Right, it is, drum roll.
Ooh.
When it loads, it's going to be dead simple now. Now.
This email is so amazing that we like to create tension with it.
Okay, so it is rnbfusion@outlook.com.
There you go, rnbfusion@outlook.com. If you have any questions or any topics you want us to talk about, drop us an email. We respond. We'll put it out on the show. But anyway, I'm going back to our listener. So a lovely listener of the name of Lucy Thackeray, she replied to us about our James Bond. Do you remember when I asked people about James Bond and who they want and what?
Yes.
And we had our picks. I had Idris Elba and Tom Hiddleston, and we had Tom Hardy as well from you. So she's come up with us for an option that I didn't even think of, right? And she says, I don't watch James Bond, but my ideal Bond would be Taron Egerton, not just because I fancy him. So, I mean, that's a category. If you fancy him, you could put him as Bond. But do you know who Taron Egerton is?
No.
No. So, in The Kingsman?
Yes.
Eggsy, that bloke. You know, the one with the really chiseled jaw?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's Taron Egerton. Anyway, she says, I just think he's very talented and it'll be interesting to see how he plays him and the youthful side as well. Because we didn't really think about youth, did we, with Bond?
No, it's a good shout.
Of course, it's a cracking shout. I think for Bond, like we said, we're not going off on topic, but we didn't think of that. I think that's brought in a new ball game. So, if you want to send us in your Bond still, go for it. We'll still listen and find out who Bond is. But if you have any questions or you want to answer anything from the last episode, which we talked about weddings, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
It was meant to be a playlist, but we kind of went off on a tangent and talked about weddings and things not to do. So, if you're a DJ and you want to ask some questions for Benny Boy, or you just want to talk about your dream wedding, go ahead, drop us an email. at RNB Fusion at outlook.com or on the Facebook page, because we'll see it. But anyway, it's time to get into our topic for this week, which is food.
Food.
Food, glorious food, hot sausage and mustard, 3 banquets a day. My favourite diet. I tell you, I could live on 3 banquets a day, Ben, could you?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Tell you, food is what makes the world go round. If you're in a bad mood, eat some food. You're in a cracking mood, eat some food. You're feeling a bit glum, eat some food. Food is what just makes or breaks a relationship as well, because you have to decide, what are you going to eat? Where are you going to eat? What is she going to eat? What is he going to eat? You know, what do you want to eat? And it is always the same response. I don't mind. Do you do that, Ben?
Yeah, as soon as you go out, you choose for me. Whoa.
And do you know what the worst thing about that is, Ben? The worst thing about saying to somebody, you choose, and you're being polite, because of the British people that we are, is that sometimes they'll choose something you can't stand. And you have to go with it because you are polite.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'll be like, no, I'm not having that. We're going there. Bang. That's it, sorted.
See, that's it, though. What is your go-to, restaurant? If somebody was to say to you, Ben, where do you want to go? Where's the first place in mind that you think, yeah, I'm going to go there?
At the minute, I would say...
Well, nothing, because everything's closed.
Well, yeah, but when we reopen, I would say I would like to go out for a nice meal. I'm thinking Millers and Carter, or Carter's. Is it Carter or Millers and Carter? Millers and Carter, isn't it?
Ben, you've got expensive taste, son.
Well, I haven't been out for a while, so I've got some money saved. I may as well just go out for a nice one first, and then after that, that's it for the whole year.
I was about to say, but Miller and Carter is... Yeah. That is... I'm not being funny. When you look at a steakhouse, especially if you've ever been to the States and you see the steakhouses, they're really good steakhouses. You know, we all know Americans do steak really well. But Miller and Carter, if you've never been, is this classy, elegant steakhouse. It's ridiculous how good the steaks are. I mean, I went for my brother's birthday and he had a beef burger and I thought it was a bit weird. It's not the same as having a proper steak. And I just remember seeing the price tag of it, man. The price tag justifies itself, though.
Oh, yeah, it does. But just make sure you go on a promo day, 2 for 1 or 2 steaks for 20 or something. You know, that's it, sorted. You got to work around it.
See, Ben, that's a good dating tip you've put out there. When you got a girlfriend, she wants to go to Miller and Carter, you take her out on a promo night. You don't need to tell her. You go, I'm taking you out, babe. I'm going to take you to Miller and Carter. I'm going to treat you. What she doesn't realise is you get 50% off.
That's it. Or I've got a gift card.
Yeah. Rock up with your gift card, but you say, "Oh, babe, I'll go and pay for it," and you don't want her to see. You don't want her to see that you've got this gift card. And then when you're at the till, you go, "Look, love, I got 20 quid on this gift card, right? I want to use it all now." But don't tell the missus. Don't bring back a receipt. Just let's forget this happened. It's kind of like that dirty dealing of dealing with cash only. It's non-traceable. You know? I mean, gift cards in general for food places are amazing. I used to work for Nando's. Ben, you already know this, but our listeners won't. You know, I was known as a Nandocker. That is what we're called, Nandockers, right? Now, when you wear the Nando's badge, you feel like you're part of the mafia, right? And the reason is let's be honest, Nando's is a top tier restaurant now, isn't it?
Yeah, but do you think it's overrated now?
Yeah, I do think it is a bit overrated, Nando's. Don't get me wrong. And like I said, I think for chicken and chips, that's all you're getting. Don't get me wrong, you get all these sides. They've brought out new sides since I've left. They've really gone vegan now. But what I will tell you is, when I joined Nando's and I started working there, and obviously, you get Nando's on your break, which if you're a massive Nando's fan, it's like a dream come true. But that's when I actually started liking Nando's.
Because it was free.
Yeah, mainly, yeah. And it sounds like I'm being a cheapskate, but I'm not. It was just the fact of, because it was free, I could try stuff. I could try it and see if I liked it. And yeah, I did. And eventually I kind of saw why people are going nuts for it. Again, like I was saying with the gift cards, you used to get people who used to come in at Christmas time or birthdays, Valentine's Day, whatever. And honestly, gift cards used to fly out the window. Oh, can I get 20 to 30 quid to put on here? And you're thinking, that's only 2 meals and a drink.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, if you're lucky. I mean, when you work at Nando's, you get cracking discount, may I say. So Monday to Thursday, you get 40% off, right? 40. Yeah, you heard me. 40% off. So, you know, you with your buddies, as you probably know when you came with me and stuff, I rock up and say, hiya, here's my pay slip, show me it, and the bang off 40%. And that is massive. So, and then Friday to Sunday was 20% off, because obviously Friday or Sunday is when everyone's in, because, you know, Saturday nights, everyone's finished work, all that, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it's ridiculous how many people go crazy for Nando's. And let's just talk about the elephant in the room with Nando's. Is it cheeky? And how do you define a cheeky Nando's?
A cheeky Nando's. I think it's just what people say now, really.
I know, but how do you define a cheeky Nando's, Ben? What is your definition of a cheeky Nando's?
I suppose when you go out with your mates and then you don't know what to have, and then someone goes, shall we go for a cheeky Nando's? And then, okay, yeah, let's do that. It's like a last minute thing, isn't it? I mean, if it's planned, it's not cheeky Nando's, is it? I mean, if it's just like when you go out and you're thinking where to go, yeah, and someone just says it, yeah, we'll have a cheeky Nando's.
Yeah, but how do you respond when you hear a Nando's? Do you go, oh yeah, I'll have a cheeky Nando's? Or do you go, ooh, cheeky Nando's, let's go?
I'm just like, let's go anyway. So it doesn't bother me.
So you're not like me. Where I go, oh, a cheeky Nando's.
No, so let's go. Come on.
Yeah, let's go. Like, I mean, the amount of times I used to hear that when you're on the till going, oh yeah, what can I get you? And they go, oh, can I have this? Blah, blah, blah. And can you make it extra cheeky? And I'm like, what? I don't know how you want me to make it cheeky. So you were talking about Miller and Carter. I think for me, I'm going to have to choose and be a typical Brummie and go to a curry house.
That's not a bad shout, though.
Curry houses are unique. Like, did you know the Brummies invented the curry?
I do know.
I'm obviously only kidding, but every Brummie will tell you that. Honestly, as a Brummie myself, every Brummie will tell you they invented the curry. We did invent one curry, though. So a fun fact for you, Ben. So the chicken balti was founded in Birmingham.
Fun fact of the day.
Yeah, and it's a fact. I've had the amount of people turn to me and go, no, it wasn't Ross. You search it up. I guarantee you search up chicken balti, Birmingham, tells you it was founded there. So next time you have a chicken balti, you look down and go, you know what? That's technically British. This is a British dish. Sod your full English. Chicken balti, where's that, man? Can't beat a good Indian, though.
No, you can't. You really can't. After that comment, Ross, we're going to have a big debate now on social media from all the comments from people.
What about? About Nando's or the Indian?
About the Indian, about the and Brummie and everything.
Well,
it's going to be fun. But like, calm down, people.
Inboxes will be full. Comments will be going wild. Well, you know what? Bring it on. Bring it on, listeners. I'm right here. You know I am. Deep down, you know that. I am telling the truth. And a Brummie can never lead you wrong in that situation. But, as I was saying then, Ben, a curry house is amazing. Like, especially when you got a cracking group of friends and you sit there and you pop a dums to start off with, bit of mango chutney, some of the onions, all that, mint yogurt. Yeah. That starts you off right. Maybe a shish kebab if you fancy treating yourself. And then when that curry comes to you, if you've had rice and your naans, you've got to have rice and a naan. But when that curry comes to you, and you're just thinking, yeah, I'm in heaven right now. And McDonald's kind of weirdly transformed into, like, it was weird. Like, you look at them now, like McDonald's, they're all quite grey. They're like corporate looking. When you look at them back then, they were like white with like a red plastic roof that looked like some coving in some of the ceilings that you see around some people's houses. And it was all about fun. You had like the hamburger and all them everywhere. Ronald McDonald was standing there with all his toys and all this. And then as they got older, they just turned to this grey mush, which was very classy and elegant. And I felt like McDonald's grew up too quick.
Yeah, they definitely had a bit of colour, but they've probably gone. They've probably grown up now. So
I know,
that's what it is.
I know, but I miss the days of when McDonald's was. It was like that fun uncle. He'd say, "Come on in, we'll give you a burger. You can have French fries, and you know what to top it off? Here's a whippy on a cone." That's how fun we are. Whereas nowadays, when you walk in, you just think, "Oh, it's only fast food."
That's it. Nothing else.
Nothing special about it anymore. Like, don't be wrong, McDonald's, as we all know, is amazing. It's just so quick to pick up when you're driving, isn't it? Or on a night out when you jump into Mackey's after a heavy sesh and you order the menu. Yeah. Bit like that time in Nottingham when we went and I ordered nearly the whole menu because I was absolutely ravenous.
Yeah, and there's always some action happening.
Yeah, man.
There's always something happening. I mean, you're ordering on that tablet. You don't go up on a night out. You order on that tablet. Then you hear some shouting in the far corner. There's a security guard probably dragging someone out. Classic night out to finish off the night.
Honestly, Mackey's is where, like you said, it's where it's at. You think about all the viral videos that have happened. Most of them are at Mackey's. Or like memes, they've all happened at Mackey's. Like I remember one of them was in Liverpool, and it was when Liverpool had just signed Mohamed Salah, and in the middle of, I think it was like a night out, it was filmed on. This bloke pulls out a chicken legend and goes, "Excuse me, miss, this chicken legend, it's got something I didn't order." And he showed, "Oh, what is it?" And he said, "He's got no salad, da 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 da. Oh, man." And they just burst out into song, all these Liverpool fans in the middle of Mackey's. Now, if you were to put that into Miller and Carter, you'd think, God, what a stupid lot. This is terrible. This is just the epitome of society. If it happens in Mackey's, it's like, these lads know how to party.
Yeah.
It's amazing how that changed, like the context of it changes depending whether it happened in Mackey's or not.
You probably won't get that at Burger King.
Oh, yeah. See, Burger King is amazing, but Burger King, it's weird. So, in my eyes, Burger King is above McDonald's in that class sort of fast food area. So, I don't know about you, but I've got like this fast food kind of pyramid of like, it not is in what I prefer, but is in what is seen as more elegant and more towards the top end of society, if you wish.
Okay.
So, and I'm not talking about all these vegan food bars or noodle bars that you get in London. I'm talking about brand chain takeaway, right? So, at the bottom, all right, you've got Mackey's because it's cheap and it's cheerful and everyone loves it. Along that, you've also got, I'd have to say KFC. KFC.
Oh, yeah. Put them in the same bracket.
Above them, you've got Burger King because the burgers are so much better than Mackey's. They're bigger, they taste better, but they're also more expensive. Like £9 for a burger. Sorry, I'm not in London. I'm not paying £9 for a burger. I'm not being funny. Like you've got to be honest. You've got to feel me here, Ben. Like in London prices, I'd expect that. Not in bloody Swad. When you rock up down the road and you go, "Excuse me, mate, can I have a burger?" Yeah, that'll be a mortgage for a drink as well. Like, who do they think they are, Burger King? Like, I don't care if the king has got the best tasting beef in the world. I'm not forking out like a mortgage over it. But anyway, they're amazing. The chips are, but they've got so many options for that. Along there, you've kind of got, I'd say maybe Subway. Subway kind of goes into maybe a tier above or there. Subway's that food that hipsters eat. Now, hear me out. I'm not saying I eat Subway. I just had a Subway today, and it was the best Subway I've ever had. But what I'm saying is, a lot of the time it's college students or it's people who want something that's deemed healthier. And then as we progress up sort of these takeaway / fast food chains, you're then hitting into Domino's, where, again, you have to sell a kidney to buy just a pizza.
It's far too expensive.
Yeah. Like, it is so expensive. £20 for a large, £20 for a large pizza. That's my phone bill is half that a month. That's the equivalent of 2 phone contracts for me a month.
Steady on.
I know, don't be wrong. I grew up with Domino's. Domino's was my go-to as a kid because it was cheaper. It was cheaper back in the day. And I preferred it over Pizza Hut. And that's where then you get Pizza Hut hitting the same level. But you're getting more, and they do the takeaway. And it's kind of the elegant takeaway, as I call it. It's a proper, it's not like the cheap pizza joints, like the cheap, chip bars that you get down the road. They do like the standard pizza that everyone else tastes like. Pizza Hut got a unique one. They might, if you fancy, you can buy the cheesy bites. That's classy. That's a classy touch. On the top tier, right, has to be Nando's and Five Guys.
I've never been Five Guys.
You've never been to Five Guys? Honestly,
No, it's too expensive.
That's what I'm saying. Again, the reason why it's in there is because Nando's is ridiculously expensive for a takeaway. Like 50 quid for 4 burgers, 2 sides each with them, and that's it. Like, I've not ordered a drink with them. That's it.
Oh.
And then Five Guys, like you said, it's so expensive. But what I will say about Five Guys is the money that you put into it, you get out of straight away. Like, it's not like Nando's where you get like a bit of chicken, 2 measly sides. So when you order, it's a proper American-sized burger. So, it's big. It's big. All the toppings are free, Ben. You want some bacon? Of course, chuck it on. You want some pickles and some cheese? Yeah, of course, chuck it on. For free.
For free?
For free. You told me, you go to him and say, I want quadruple amount of bacon on. For free. Like, what more could you want from life? A massive beef burger and bacon.
There you go. So are you a drink person? Well, I say drink. Are you a fizzy pop person or do you like a milkshake?
Oh, that's a question and a half, Ben. I think milkshakes are a treat. I think milkshakes, especially, you go to like Ed's Diner or something like that. But otherwise, I'll have some pop. Like at the moment, this last year, I developed an addiction to Iron Brew.
I've never tried Iron Brew.
See, do you know what the fun thing is? Iron Brew, nobody knows what it tastes like. Not even the Scots do. Some say it tastes like bubblegum. Some say it tastes like something else. Nobody knows. Like, it's the weirdest drink ever.
But you can't get that at McDonald's or Burger King, can you? Or can you?
You can if you're in Scotland. It's on tap.
Okay, I'll take that back then.
Yeah, if you're in Scotland, because obviously, as we all know, the Scots are basically made of Iron Brew. Iron Brew is there instead of Oasis in McDonald's. I don't know about Burger King, but in McDonald's, they don't have Oasis, they have Iron Brew instead. And I couldn't understand why they'd want Iron Brew. And now I understand why they have Iron Brew on tap.
Like I say, I need to try it.
Are you a sugary drinks type of person? Do you like normal Coke?
No. I like my Pepsi Max.
I see. Okay. Then what I recommend to you is go and buy Iron Brew Extra. It tastes the exact same. You watch now. I get all the Scots who listen to this. They'll probably tell me I'm completely wrong now, and that's fair. But if you like your sugar-free drinks, get Iron Brew Extra because it tastes the exact same as normal Iron Brew. Now, I've tried normal Iron Brew, and for me, as a comparison, it tastes the exact same. And honestly, mate, it's really nice. Like, definitely recommend it. So, Ben, are you a sugary drinks type of person, like pop and stuff? Or are you a kind of milkshake type of guy?
Just depends on the day. 50-50.
Oh, okay. Well, what about if it's a Friday?
Oh, well, I would say if it's a Friday and I'm treating myself, probably go more than milkshake.
Ooh,
but
what's your go-to milkshake, though?
I would say chocolate.
See, I can't stand chocolate milkshake, man. Don't like chocolate milkshake.
You can't stand it. So, are you a banana or strawberry then?
I'm more banana and strawberry are my go-tos in milkshakes. Like, you can't ever go wrong with them. Chocolate, it just tastes like grit to me. I can't.
Okay. Well, my second choice is vanilla.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? That's an underrated gem there, Ben. Like, people forget about vanilla milkshakes. Like, they are so good. If you just want liquid ice cream, just have that. Like, especially at Mackey's, like,
Ed's shakes are the best. Ed's shakes.
Yeah. Like, I mean, we kind of touched
shakes.
We kind of touched on it earlier on about Ed's Diner. Like, that's another restaurant that goes underrated. But Ed's milkshakes, because they have such a diverse flavours of milkshakes, like, oh man, like, I'm dreaming of the day when we're allowed out our homes to go to a restaurant. I want an Ed's milkshake, like a proper thick. I can't suck it through the straw. It's that thick. I have to eat it with a spoon milkshake from Ed's. What's your go-to milkshake from them?
Mint.
Oh, Ben.
Mint all the way when it comes to Ed.
Oh, yeah, Ben, you and me. Do you know what? We've got to share that because I'm a big fan of mint choc ice cream. So when it comes to milkshakes like that, mint choc, you can't go wrong. And it's proper like after eights type mint. It's not like a cheap spearmint or something like that. It's proper like after eights.
If I had to choose one between McDonald's or Burger King, I'd say I prefer Burger King's milkshakes than McDonald's.
I think the problem with McDonald's is, like we said earlier, the machine's always broken, so you can never try it. But
true.
But I think with Burger King, they kind of get a bit funky, don't they? Like, I mean, all the like McDonald's and Burger King kind of all get funky around the summer season, like Christmas and all that. They all bring in certain types of drinks, like pink lemonade and all that. But Burger King go all out on their milkshakes around summertime. Like they also
do.
And also to be honest, you got to think about KFC with their crushers as well. You can't
put that in the same category. You can't
really?
No.
Like the fact that you can have a Skittles one or something.
No, you can't put that in the same category as a milkshake. No, no.
How?
They cannot talk. I've had a couple, and they cannot be in the same category. Can't touch a milkshake. No.
Their Oreo one, and to be honest, their white chocolate one they do is banging.
See, I probably need to try it, but
see, the one thing I will agree with you on it is that they only put half a cup of bloody milkshake in the plastic cup. What's that all about? What's with the fill line halfway down? What's that all about?
You may as well get a milkshake.
That's what I mean. Like, I might as well go milk the cow and do it myself because I'm going to have more. So, Ben, we kind of touched on earlier about restaurants and takeaways. Now, I'm going to give you a few takeaways that you've got to choose and put them into order from best. So, number 1 is the best to not so good at number 5. You've got fish and chip shop or chippy. You've got Chinese. You've got Indian. You've got kebab / pizza place. Like, you know, the ones that are always on a dark, dingy street.
Oh yes.
Yeah, those ones. Those ones.
Yeah.
Then you've also got pizza places. So, like, proper pizza places that only do pizza. So you got Chinese, chippy, pizza place, Indian, and then kebab house.
Okay.
So what is going from number 1, the best, number 5, the worst?
Well, number 1's got to be fish and chips. All the way. Fish and chips.
Way.
Come on.
It's a British tradition. On a Friday night, do you want a chippy? Of course I do.
There you go. Chinese second.
Ooh, I can't beat good Chinese.
Yeah. Indian third. And I'm going to put the other two equal because they're just the same. That pizza place and kebab.
Dark, dingy kebab house.
Yes. Yeah. That's normally the place where you go, where you end up on a night out. Let's be honest.
At 3 a.m.
And they've got some rave music going, and yeah, let's go in, yes. And then you come out and you're thinking, what have I bought?
That reminds me of, do you remember that night out we went out for a friend's birthday? And I ordered a pizza when we were in the middle of the club and we had to walk ages because we got lost.
Right, let's get this story right. We came out.
Yeah.
And you were like, we were thinking about going or something like that. And you were like, lads, I've ordered pizza.
And it was a big pizza. Like, it was like a 20-inch pizza.
The best thing was, though, is just the way, when you said it, you said, and guess what? I paid for it. It was that part.
It was.
And then we went on like what we were walking for ages and ages, and you were like, Google Maps down there. I was like, Ross, it's not down there. I was like, And then you're like, I think we're lost.
It felt like a Lord of the Rings journey, didn't it? Just to get this pizza.
I mean, I was sobered up at the end of it.
I know, man. So did I. I started sobering up towards the end. But I tell you, that pizza was good.
It was, but the best bit there was we managed to flag down a taxi. We all got in the taxi. You were next to the door, and we came to the lights, and you rolled the window down to the other taxi guy and went, "You being busy? You being busy, mate?" And you were like, and he was like, "Yeah." And you're like, "I've got to go now. It's on green. There's the pizza." Roll the window up, bang. And I remember I think it was the taxi driver. We said, "Oh, if you just drop us here, we just need to collect a pizza and we'll give you a slice." And it was like, "Okay, I don't want a slice, but we'll go and get the pizza."
I remember, honestly, that night was just balmy for one, but I just remember that pizza tasting so good. Now, I don't know if that was because good. I was absolutely hammered, let's be honest. Because when we're hammered, all food tastes amazing. But that pizza, it was like a dirty, dark kebab house, as I call it.
It was.
It was like it was a proper dingy kebab house that you, like we said, you only rock up when you've had a few. But the pizza was just so good. Like the cheese was great, the base wasn't too soggy, the sauce wasn't too much. It was just perfect.
I was going to say I'm surprised after waiting for an hour for it, but yeah.
I know, man. Like I bet those people when they saw the order come through and they said, "Oh, it'll be ready in 15 minutes." I bet they didn't expect to wait an hour and a half for some drunk bloke to rock up.
No, I think it's when you rang them up. You were like, "Yeah, we're in a taxi now. We'll be like 5 minutes."
Honestly, and I just remember that satisfied feeling when we got it.
Have you noticed though, when you go into these like dark, dingy ones, what we've been talking about? Have you noticed the type of all the different concoctions you can have? So like people are like have a full pizza with a kebab, some chicken nuggets, and all covered in whatever it is, and you look over and they're just eating, and you're like, "I'm drunk, but I'm not that drunk." That's what I'm thinking.
That's it though. You become like a bit middle class when you're hammered, because you look at something like you said, they got like kebab on top of chicken nuggets with cheesy chips and all of this, and you just see, God, like you said, it's really strange concoctions. Like you said, you can order like a doner kebab burger, you can order like a pizza with bits of kebab on, and it's always bits of kebab on something that makes it weird, I think that's it. Yeah. Kebab is a bit weird on anything apart from the kebab.
It's pizza, kebab, some chicken nuggets, and like I say, some sauce.
Or they sell a burger as well. They'll sell a burger that is like called Quadzilla or something, and it's absolutely massive. And because you're so drunk and so hungry, you think, yeah, I'll eat all that, and you eat like a mouthful, and you're like, actually, I don't want it.
I think the big issue is when you come out, it's dodging stuff on the floor, isn't it? Because there's normally like half a kebab on the floor, there's some lettuce there, sauce there, there's someone in the ditch there, I want to just get to my taxi.
But yeah, Ben, it's just, they're so unique. Like, I don't think anywhere else in the world would you find that type of dark, dingy kebab house. You'd only ever find them in Britain. Like, I remember one of them, I was in Halifax and I met her with a few uni lads, and after the night out, we're all stumbling around thinking, we're hungry, let's go get some food, thinking McDonald's was open. Anyway, we rock up to a dark, dingy kebab house. And I remember, whatever we ordered, so I think I said, can I have a doner kebab and chips, please? And my mate ordered like a cheeseburger. Anytime this bloke would turn around and go, kebab and chips, kebab and chips, kebab and chips, no matter what you ask for. So you could say, can I have a cheese 9-inch pizza? And you go, kebab and chips, and then that would be on it. Like, we all had kebab and chips, even though none of us actually ordered it apart from me.
That happened to me in Liverpool. I remember I was fuming. They gave me the wrong pizza. Oh yeah.
It's an awful thing to do. Like, for me in general, if you give me the wrong food, I'm not normally impressed. But when it's a drunk person, you're not giving the right food, that's asking for trouble, that is right there.
It is, but like there's two things what's going to happen. You'll sit down, you'll be like, I can't be bothered, I'm going to eat it anyway.
Yeah.
or it goes across the room because you're not happy, and then someone chucks you out.
I remember seeing a kebab once fly across a chip shop once when I was hammered in Carlisle. Somebody that had been seen for a while, and I just saw a kebab go in front of my face, and the first thought in my head was, when it ended up on the floor, was, I could have had that.
Yeah, you do though. You're thinking, what a waste. As well, it's when you're walking out and someone's trying to nick your food and you, hey, you're like, back off.
Oh, don't. That I nearly got into a fight with a guy after a night out once because of that. I walked out with my pizza and I was walking down the street with somebody I was seeing at the time. And I was walking to work and I was eating this pizza, having a whale of a time. This bloke tried to grab a slice and I remember I backhanded his hand and went, who the fuck do you think you are, son? You do not touch my pizza. You did not pay for this pizza. I'm dead hungry and this is my pizza. There's nothing worse. Like, if it's a friend or something, it's okay because you know him, but not a stranger. It's weird.
It is. I mean, like I say, no one likes to share their food, but when you're drunk, come on.
Yeah. No, especially, it's territorial. It's like going back to the primates. You're protective of it. And at the end of the day, it is ridiculous. Like, who the hell do they think they are trying to steal my food? It's not a tapas bar. It's my food. You go and eat your dirty kebab and I'll go and eat my dirty kebab. Like, he said, no, I ain't sharing with you. He said, like I say, no tapas bar, man. No tapas. I think one of my favourite things about food and like restaurants is food courts in shopping centres.
I mean, I'm not that keen on them, really.
Really? I do, because it's like walking into like a world buffet at this point. It's kind of like that. You walk in, there's such a variety. You got all the big brands like McDonald's, KFC, Subway, Burger King. But then you always have weird ones. So you got like a jacket potato store, and then a fish and chip bar, and then like Thai food and noodle bars and stuff like that. And I think it's great that you've got such a selection, because when you're with friends and family, let's be honest, none of you ever agree on the same food. So for me, I love food courts. That's better than the shopping centres themselves, to be honest.
Just the food courts.
Just a food court. Yeah. If you could make a shopping centre, just a food court, I'd be there.
Are you going to go to a noodle bar or something like that?
See, for me, I do love a good noodle bar. Like, I love my noodles. But I love trying new food. So whenever I go on holiday and stuff, I like trying new food. So it depends. If there's something that I like the look of, like I think one time I went with like my folks when I was about 15 or 16. Me and my dad, we tried the Thai food bar in Derby, the one that's in like the food court, and it had green tea and stuff, and it was amazing. Like the flavors and the food was just incredible. It tasted so much better than like fast food. And again, like I said, it kind of depends what mood I'm in. If I want something processed, I'll go for the big chains. But a lot of the time, I like trying something a bit different and something that's going to fill me up. Because I think that's the problem with fast food. It just doesn't fill me up for me.
It's a quick snack, isn't it?
Yeah, and the problem is, like, the prices you pay, especially if you're going to have, like, a Burger King, it just feels bad when you buy, like, a burger, some chips and a drink, and you know the calories are stupid, but you just want more because you want to feel fulfilled and actually like you've eaten.
In Birmingham, in the food court bit, I think it's on the bottom floor.
Selfridges?
Yes, that's it, yeah.
Selfridges is amazing.
It is. I think it's gone now, but there was a really nice sort of Chinese/Japanese.
I know which one you're on about. The one where it comes around like on conveyor belts and it's like different foods in pods.
No, not that one. It was the one next to it.
Oh, yes, I know which one you're on about. That's still there, mate.
Yeah, but it's changed hands now, so it's not the same. But the old one it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Loved it.
That's great, because I think what that unique food court is that you've got Krispy Kreme literally behind you.
Yeah.
So you go, if you sitting there thinking I want a sweet treat, rock up there. So Ben, what is your favourite food of all time? So like, it's your last ever meal. What are you going to choose?
It's got to be a classic Sunday roast.
Toby Carvery's, man. Sunday roasts in general. Honestly, Sunday dinners are just incredible. Like, you can't beat a good Sunday dinner. Like, it's proper filling And it's so good, especially like if you rock up to like a carvery. One of the best things in the world is when you select your meats, you pick how many Yorkshire puddings you want, chuck in as many roast potatoes and mash and veg and everything, and then put on whatever you have, whether it be gravy, or if you're like me and you don't like gravy, you don't have it, and you put like cranberry sauce, apple sauce and mint sauce.
It is a good Sunday roast.
Yeah, I think for me, it'd have to be in an Italian.
Okay, what? Lasagna?
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a bit like Garfield. I love my lasagna. No, it'd have to be meatballs, man. Meatballs and proper spaghetti with a heavy dose of Parmesan cheese. I'd die and go to heaven. Then I'd be happy. Like, I love Italian food, especially, you know, those proper Italian restaurants that are quite quiet, the local, in a sense. Like, they've been around for many years in a certain area. Those are the best places to go, Ben, honestly. Like, some of just the food the Italians create, it's so tasty. It's so good to look at as well. And I think that's what makes it even more appealing. And like I said earlier, touched on it, was Frankie and Benny's. I like the fact they brought that American Italian style, because some of their meatballs they do are amazing. I'm a bit gutted that you don't have as many meatballs. Love Italian.
Frankie and Benny's shut now, though, isn't it, sir?
Yeah, Frankie and Benny's are shut around near us, which I think that's due to the whole lockdown and pandemic, unfortunately. And honestly, I'm really gutted, because I used to love going there. I used to love going with friends and stuff and just sitting down, having a chat, get some good food, and then run over to the cinema.
Their breakfast was nice.
Oh, Frankie and Benny's breakfast. Oh. But Ben, I think we've covered food pretty well tonight, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
We've talked about food so well tonight, and I don't know about you, I'm feeling hungry now from it.
Oh, yeah. If we were out of lockdown, we'll be going to one of these dirty side kebab shops right now as soon as we finish, but that's not the case at the minute.
No, definitely. I think that's something we've got to do when our podcast eventually becomes face-to-face and in person. We'll have to go to a dark, dingy kebab house to celebrate the finishing of it. But I want you guys to send us an email or comment on our social medias about your favourite food. So if you want to send in an email where your favourite place to eat is, or, you know, what your favourite food to create is, I want you to send it in at RNB Fusion at outlook.com, or comment on our social media posts. On Facebook, we are RNB Fusion, Twitter at RNB Fusion, or Instagram at RNB Fusion. But next week, we've got a belting topic. And I know every topic we talk about is belting, but this week we're going to be talking about something that I love and Ben loves a lot, and that is video games.
Nintendo 64.
Oh, yes. We're going to be touching on consoles. We're going to talk about some cracking games, talking about games that have flopped as well. You name it. I'm so excited to talk about that, because that's kind of what I've done in lockdown in my spare time. Is games.
And me.
I love it. You can't beat a good video game. But until then, guys, I've been your co-host, Ross, and this is my co-host,
Benny Boy.
And we are looking forward to seeing you next week. See you soon.
The intro to RNB Fusion podcast is Just Smile by Liquid. You can find this on soundcloud.com/liquid, and that is spelled LIQWYD. This falls under the Creative Commons Attribution 3.0, and you can also find this on YouTube under the channel Audio Library.